Okay, so if you've ever tried to sell something like, I don't know, homemade cakes or some really unique spices online, you know the struggle is real. You're not just up against other food sellers. Nope. You're competing with, well, pretty much everything. So the big question is, how do you even begin to build a platform that's just for food and actually get it to stand out? Well, let's dive in and take a look at an app called PrandiYum that thinks it has the answer. All right, think about this for a second. What if your social media feed paid you just for loving food? Seriously, every time you post a picture of that amazing meal you just had, what if it did more than just get you a bunch of likes? What if it actually put some cash back into your pocket? Now that is the core idea we're going to unpack here. It's a really interesting way to build a community and a marketplace at the exact same time. All right, so let's get right to the first big problem, the elephant in the room for any new app, right? Especially one that needs a community to survive. How on earth do you compete when everyone is already glued to their social media feeds all day, every day? It's a massive, massive challenge. And you can just hear the response from a small food business owner, can't you? But all my buyers find me and order through my social media page. And you know what? It's a totally fair point. Their customers are already there. It's a system that, for the most part, works. So why would they risk moving to some new, unproven app? This is the key problem PrandiYum had to figure out. And here's their solution, which is pretty clever. They basically said, if you can't beat them, build it yourself. Instead of trying to fight social media or drag users away from it, they built a social media platform right inside the app. That's the key. You don't have to bounce between apps to share, connect, and discover. It is all right there in one spot. And this really shows you the difference in philosophy, right? Your normal social feed is, well, it's an endless scroll of chaos, isn't it? You've got vacation pics, news articles, cute animal videos, all of it designed to keep you scrolling so they can serve you more ads. But the PrandiYum feed, it's laser focused. Its one and only purpose is to help you find amazing food and help sellers make actual sales. That's it. No distractions. Okay, great. So now you have this food-only social platform. Cool. But that just brings up the next big question, doesn't it? How do you get people to, actually post about the stuff they buy? Why should they do the marketing for someone else? What's in it for them? Exactly. I mean, think about it. Why would you go out of your way to do free marketing for a store you just bought something from? Sure, you might be a huge fan, but there's usually no real tangible reward for it. And this is where PrandiYum pulls out its secret weapon. And this is the engine that makes the whole thing go. It's a genius little loop. So check this out. You buy something, and because you're a verified buyer, you post a photo of it. That photo then shows up everywhere, on your profile, the seller's profile, and the main feed. Now, let's say a friend of yours sees that post and thinks, ooh, that looks good, and they buy it. Boom, you get a 1% commission, and your friend gets a 1% discount. Just like that, every single customer becomes a potential marketer for the store. 1%. I know. It doesn't sound like a whole lot, does it? But don't be fooled. That one single percent is the fuel for this entire ecosystem. It's a small enough number to be sustainable, but it's just the right amount of incentive to get people sharing authentically. It creates this amazing user-powered marketing machine. So simple, but wow, is it effective? Now, for that whole incentive system to work, it has to be built on one thing: authentic sharing. And that brings us to another huge problem online: fake reviews. We've all been there, right? Trying to figure out if that 5-star review is legit or if it was written by the owner's cousin. Fake reviews can absolutely crush a great small business or prop up a terrible one. In a marketplace, trust is everything. And that's the scary part for any good store. A jealous competitor or just some random person having a bad day can jump on and post a bunch of fake negative reviews and do some serious damage. So the question is, how do you build a fortress around trust? How do you make that impossible? Well, the solution is actually pretty simple, but it's also incredibly powerful. It's a closed-loop system. The rule is this: you are not allowed to post a review or even a photo of a product unless the app can verify that you actually bought it. That's it. That one single rule completely changes the game when it comes to trust. And the benefits of this are just huge. First off, every single review is from a real customer. That means the risk of a fake negative review attack just goes away. But what's really interesting is that it also gives sellers some control back. If a customer posts a really unflattering photo that doesn't represent the product well, the seller can actually remove it. The end result is a system that pushes stores to be on their A game because they know the only feedback that matters is genuine feedback. Okay, so we've got the social part down, and we've built a system based on trust. The last big piece of this puzzle is focus, right? How do you make sure your amazing artisanal cheese doesn't get totally lost in a feed that's also trying to sell you sneakers and a flat screen TV? Because this is what it's like on a typical marketplace. Food is just one tab, right next to shoes, clothes, electronics, books, you name it. For a customer who's just hungry, it's a giant sea of distractions. So what does PrandiYum do? It just erases all of it. The only thing you can search for, the only thing you can buy, the only thing anyone is talking about is food, period. And you can really see the impact here. When you get rid of every single non-food item, that distraction level for the shopper just plummets to zero. It creates this super focused environment where the only thing left to compete on is the quality of the food itself. And that's really the end game here. When you strip away all that other noise, the competition gets real pure, real fast. It's no longer about who's got the flashiest ad or the biggest budget. It just comes down to one simple thing: who has the better food? All right, let's pull all of these pieces together now and look at the big picture. Because this isn't just a marketplace with a couple of cool features bolted on. No, this is a completely integrated ecosystem, built from the ground up for one single purpose. The goal here is for this to be your one-stop shop for literally any food need. Are you hungry right now and want something delivered? It's got you. Need some specific ingredients to cook dinner tonight? Done. Looking for some unique regional product that you can't find anywhere else? You can get it shipped. Heck, do you need to order catering for a big party? It's all handled right here inside one app. And what's so powerful about this is how it gets rid of all that app hopping we do. You know the drill, right? You see a great dish on one social app, then you have to switch to a messaging app to ask the seller a question, then you go to another website to actually buy it, all while just crossing your fingers that the reviews you saw were even real. This whole process just makes that seamless. And you can see how it all fits together. These aren't just separate features. The marketplace, the social feed, the trust system, even the logistics, they're all woven together. They all work in harmony to create something that's way more powerful than just the sum of its parts. And really, that's the best way to put it. It's not more, and it's not less. It doesn't try to be everything for everybody. It knows exactly what it is. From start to finish, it is a culinary app. So I'll just leave you with this final question to chew on. For years, we've seen the rise of these giant everything store marketplaces. But maybe, just maybe, this is the future. Is the next big thing these hyper-focused all-in-one platforms? You know, ones that build a real community, a bulletproof trust system, and a marketplace into one seamless package, all for a single passion? It's definitely a compelling idea for where online shopping could be headed next.